There's a new trend circulating online where women are going up to their significant others and saying, honey, I do not have the money to pay the mortgage, the rent, the bills this month. And it's creating a lot of discourse online. And it's sort of become a new relationship test to see whether or not you should leave your man. And people online have much to say about whether or not women should be in traditional relationships where the man provides, or the new 50-50 that seems to be the norm these days. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yes, we're gonna be looking into this new relationship test where you go up to your hubby or your boyfriend and say, I don't have the money to pay the mortgage or rent. We're gonna start with a 50-50 couple, meaning they split their finances 50-50. Now, this couple is getting a lot of heat on the internet. They are telling this woman to leave her husband because of her response to this trend.
Hey, babe. Babe.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry. Listen, I know we both have to go to work here in a minute, but I just needed to tell you that with everything and how busy it's all been, that we're not gonna be able to, I'm not gonna be able to pay the rent this month.
Well,
Like, it's just Black Friday, all the holiday shopping, Christmas, like, I don't know what to do.
babe, I love you, but I don't even know who we pay our rent to.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Can you
don't
get
know.
like an extension, or I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can call them and see. But, like, what do we do if, like, we can't pay the rent?
I don't know.
Like, they have a grace period. We're still okay, but... Like, I think we get a late fee, do you know? Yeah, so I know we get, like, a late fee if it's paid after, I think, like, the 5th or the 6th. But, yeah, I can't pay it.
So, they like kick us out, or like?
I think.
Okay. I thought I was gonna be laughing more for this trend. I'm not laughing at this. You know what? I gotta be honest. 50-50 is what a lot of couples have to do these days, especially in this economy. So a lot of women have no choice but to be in 50-50 relationships, even if that's not what they want. With that being said, if you're gonna be in a 50-50 relationship, maybe the man should have some solutions. It's not really the financial dynamic, it's more the attitude that he's bringing to this new problem that they're both experiencing, or this fictitious problem. I would prefer he stand up and go, okay, I wasn't ready for this issue to pop up, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about this, and I gotta figure out how we're gonna cross our T's and dot our I's, and I'm gonna get up and have some solutions here. Instead, he's saying, I don't know who we pay our rent to or how we pay the rent. I don't know what happens if we come up with a late rent payment. I don't know what to do in response to this, and sort of throws the problem back onto her, which for me doesn't really work. It's not very masculine. I'm gonna need some solutions. And trust, this couple is already getting enough heat online, so I don't wanna necessarily add to that. People are commenting up a storm. The first comment says, you know what? Hell no. Take me back to provider talk, meaning they want to see the versions of this with the providers rather than this 50-50 thing. He literally had no solutions. Embarrassing. Oh, okay. I like the ones where the man is the provider. And somebody else said, thank you for marrying him. Somebody had to, and I'm glad it wasn't me. Woo. Ooh, I don't know if she was ready for that. I think there's a lot of people who sort of film these moments in their relationships and they're posting it online thinking it's gonna be funny, ha, and then it doesn't end up being funny at all. I wish her well. And you know what? We're just seeing a small sliver of their relationship. I'm sure they have a good, fun dynamic going on, and hopefully she is happy where she is. But I think, like the comments suggest, we're gonna move on to the provider relationships and see what the difference is.
Hey, babe. So I checked my account today, and
Your account?
yeah, and I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month.
Well, you're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month.
Well, hell, you don't ever pay the fucking mortgage anyway. So what's fucking changed?
I was just gonna let you know that I can't pay it this month.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know.
I like that there's a good energy about that. And, we're just comparing, two separate videos. There's a lot within these relationships that we're not seeing, but there does seem to be a certain comfortability there. And of course, it's hard for him to believe considering she's never paid the mortgage in the first place. But it's interesting to just watch a man go full force and say, what are you talking about? You don't even pay a mortgage. Let's watch another one while we're on provider talk.
Babe, I can't pay the mortgage this month.
What?
I can't pay the mortgage this month. I'm so sorry.
Do we have another house?
No.
What mortgage are you paying?
I just can't pay it.
Why would you pay the mortgage?
I just thought I'd help, but I can't.
Help with what?
The mortgage. I can't pay it.
When do you ever pay the mortgage?
I thought I'd start.
Why?
To help you.
Like to buy a second house?
No, this house.
Ooh.
The one we live in?
Yeah.
Why did you pay for the house we live in?
Because I live here. I want to help.
Yeah, you live here. You don't pay for it.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I wanted to help you.
No help necessary. You do more than enough with this, that, and that.
Yeah, but you help a lot too. So I wanted to help you.
Yeah, but this is my job.
Okay.
Okay, he said, this is my job. Music to my ears. I'm starting to wonder whether or not this is a skit with how perfect the answers are with everything. And of course, I'm in a more traditional mindset. I do like the idea of gender roles and leaning into them, for I feel like it brings about healthier dynamics within relationships. Now, that is not the case for all. Some people really don't want that dynamic within their relationship, and they don't feel like it plays to their strengths. With my outlook on relationships, I feel like it's better for women to lean into their femininity, and this involves the nurturing and taking care of the household and children, which is hard work, where men go out and do their own version of hard work that brings the resources to make sure everything stays up and running. And it seems like they have a very healthy relationship, at least in this small clip that we've seen, that's working out based on those gendered roles. I don't know, there's just an underlying energy of security that exists within the videos where the man is providing and he goes, what are you talking about? You don't have to worry about that. And as a woman, it's kind of nice to be able to shut off your brain, at least to some capacity, and not have to worry about these things and know that somebody's got you in that respect. Whereas when we watch that 50-50 video, not only is that woman not supported financially, which is something, a lot of us have to deal with, and that's just the nature of the world these days, but she doesn't seem to be supported mentally either as far as tackling problems as they arise. And this is not to bring down all 50-50 couples. I know there are many out there where the man is ready for solutions as soon as a problem pops up. Just seems like that first video maybe got us off on the wrong foot. We'll watch one more of the providers just for fun.
Babe, so I'm not gonna be able to pay the mortgage this month because I did a little too much Christmas shopping.
Like our house mortgage?
Yeah.
Do you even know how to pay the house mortgage? Like, you don't pay the house mortgage, babe.
Ooh, the difference between I don't know how to pay the mortgage and do you even know how to pay the mortgage? Astounding.
I know, but I just shopped a little too much, so I'm sorry I can't help you this month.
You did help. You went shopping. Like, that's what you do. That's what your pay is for. Like, you go shopping and you have fun. Like, don't you know? Your money is your money and my money is our money. Like, the bills are paid. The mortgage is being paid. What do you mean?
So you're not mad?
Why would I be mad? You never pay the mortgage. Like, what's the difference this month?
Because I shopped a little too much, and so I can't help
Did you get the things you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're fine. Like, the bills are paid and you went shopping. Oh well, like, I get paid again.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, he said, put it to bed. You don't gotta worry about it. Who's stressed? Not me. You know what? I find it hard to believe that most women do not want this sort of relationship. I know there's gonna be many who say they don't care, and even many who are looking exactly for a 50-50 relationship. But my goodness, I'd prefer this. I prefer this one. And I feel like many of the single women that I know, as somebody who's in my 20s in LA, they're looking for this too. They're just finding it a little difficult to find. And of course, there is the reality that 50-50 is the norm because in many ways it has to be. With the economy, a lot of people have to be in dual income households where they're both carrying a little bit of the weight. But I'm also seeing this push towards the cultural norm of 50-50, that not only are we forced to be in this dynamic, but we should expect that in our relationships. And a video that went super viral recently that really pointed this out to me was actually American men being asked about 50-50 relationships and then Russian men being asked about that very same dynamic, and their answers are totally different. Let's watch.
America versus Russia, asking men if they would provide for their woman.
Well, it just depends, you know. Number one, why would I? But what is she doing while I'm working? You know, it's kind of like each relationship now is a 50-50.
То, наверное, да. Вот, потому что все-таки я беру ответственность за человека.
Nah, she has to provide for herself. She's an adult.
Конечно, если жена, это семья, это дети, и, конечно, в идеале, чтобы она уделяла 100% времени воспитанию.
Well, I mean, I would want it to be 50-50. That's the current situation I have.
Если ей не хочется работать, если ей не хочется самореализовываться, ей приятно находиться на моем содержании, почему нет, я могу себе это позволить.
I would. I would probably inspire her to work, just so I can see that there is some motive going in her future.
Жизнь, моя жизненная ситуация устраивает, и я живу с девушкой, я ее содержу.
Она должна другие функции выполнять. А мужчина на своем месте всегда.
I'ma hope this is just an editing hack job and we're not getting the legitimate answers in these two different cultures, because if that's how it really is, girls, go to Russia. Do you have your passports? Do you have your shots? Because you need to go. I don't know what the equivalent is for a passport, bro, among women, but it seems like we're gonna have to figure out what that is. You know, I can understand saying 50-50 is just where we're at. This is what we have to do. This is our current economic situation. But it seems like there's an undercurrent of not only is it our current situation, but that's the situation that I want going forward. It's no longer a 50-50 is just the way that it is now. It's I want 50-50. And in order to not have that, she has to prove herself in some way beyond me feeling responsible for her, as she is my wife and the mother of my children. And that's a little concerning to me. And it's not solely about the finances from a man or just wanting money or being a gold digger. I think it's more about the personality traits that I think underlie these sorts of answers, where we're seeing men who are not necessarily masculine outside of their finances, and that's sort of bleeding into their idea that relationships should be 50-50. So we're losing masculinity in other facets of our relationships, and then 50-50 just ends up being the result of that. And I do have to ask that heated question, the what are you bringing to the table question, because if it's not masculine support in that sense, where's the masculinity? I'm just curious, and I'm sure there's answers to this, and I'm sure many of you are in relationships like this. Please let me know down below. Now, as I stated in this video, I prefer traditional gender roles in almost every sense of the phrase when it comes to how I move through society and my relationships, but I can see both economically and culturally we are shifting in a different direction, and I wonder if our relationships are going to be as healthy as they would have been with traditional gender roles. My guess is they're not going to be, but I guess we'll see. At the end of the day, I think we can spin certain narratives for ourselves and certain false narratives. In modern day feminism, we're seeing this big push for women to become more masculinized and to take on masculine roles, whereas with men, they're being told to sort of reel in their masculinity a bit and let it even out, maybe even become more feminine. And I don't see that being particularly healthy or fruitful within relationships. I think women generally need to feel supported and protected. And one way in which a man can do that is in a financial sense, and that's what we focused on in this video. But men also need to be respected. And I wonder what sort of respect you generate when you are constantly asking for this 50-50 dynamic. And outside of finances, does that 50-50 mentality bleed into other things that traditionally you would be taking on as a man within a relationship? Because as I said many times, it's not just about the money in this conversation. It's about the culture that exists within a relationship when this is the deal that exists. At the end of the day, I think many people are in 50-50 relationships, and they've created a healthy environment within their relationship that builds a great, strong connection without finances even being something that they worry about. The same can be said for these provider relationships, but I feel like there's an extra bonus in those of respect for the man and support for the woman. You let me know if I'm wrong on that. Let me know what relationship you're currently in, how things are working, and how it impacts impacts your relationship, as I feel like this trend has brought up a really interesting conversation. I could be easily swayed in either direction, given that the times are what the times are, and 50-50 seems to be the direction we're moving in, whether we like it or not. So let me know down below how you feel about this. If you disagree with anything I said in this video, duke it out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.